Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at a leather EDC pouch or organizer, and this is a really nice one. I've been using it for about 2 months now, that's why it's a bit dinged up. It's by Fit Leather, but I think you're going to like this. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. Thanks. I'm always on the lookout for a good leather EDC pouch. I like to carry my flashlights, knives, pens and all sorts of things inside, and I change out my EDC pouches based on what I'm wearing, my mood, and the sort of bag I'm carrying. And I guess the equation as well. Am I just going out for fun? Am I going out for dinner? Or am I meeting clients? So all that determines what I'm carrying. And I'm always looking for nice leather EDC pouches that can fit all kinds of occasions, looks classy but still very functional. And this, I think, fits the bill. What I really like about it is nice and structured and thick. I generally do not like thin leather EDC pouches. I find them a bit floppy, doesn't feel good. I might as well go with nylon if I'm looking for something very soft. When I'm looking for a leather product, I want something that's structured, that it's got body, holds its shape well, and feels good, feels and looks expensive. And I really think this fits the bill. So let's have a look at the design. You can see there are 3 pockets all together. There's one pocket here, which is the main pocket, one pocket here, and one smaller pocket. Let's have a look at some of the dimensions. So we have this. This is 4.5 inches or 11 centimeters in terms of the height. And this is 3.5 inches for the width, which is about just over 9 centimeters. In terms of each of the compartments, so these two are the same, but the width is about 4 centimeters, just under 4 centimeters, which is just under 1.5 inches. And for the smaller one, it's about, I'll say 1 inch, which is 2.5 centimeters. So that's kind of the size you're looking at. Just to give you a comparison with other pouches, this is my Fox EDC pouch. This is significantly smaller, as you can see, very handy in size. So maybe a better size comparison would be with this nylon pouch. This is the Viperade VE15. You can see quite similar in that sense, but of course different materials. This also has got that back zipper compartment, and there are only 2 compartments over here. So in terms of something that's still quite portable but has 3 pockets, I think this is pretty good. So I'll show you various items to show you what can fit inside and what can fit, so you get an idea of what you can really carry in this effectively and see if it is for you. So let's talk about one compartment first, and I generally would carry a flashlight. So I've got 2 options here. I've got 2 O lights here. One is the AA and one is the AAA size light. So these are very common EDC lights, so you could just think of it regardless of the brand that you have. For AA, that can fit inside quite well. It does stick out quite a bit, just a bit, but if you're okay with that, that's absolutely fine. This is the smaller AAA version, and that fits just a bit nicer, so it's really up to you. Both really fit just as well. For the center compartment here, this is for a pen. It was designed for an EDC pen, like the Fisher Space Pen. As you can see, that fits in. It is not very loose, as you can see. It doesn't come out. If you really want it to feel secure, you could get the clip for the space pen and put that inside. You could of course have other pens like the Zebra extendable pen. This is a very mini pen, and that obviously would fit inside, and that is a clip, so that fits nicely inside as well. So really up to you what fits your personal style and what gear you're already carrying. And the last compartment, of course, is for a knife. So what sort of knife can you carry inside? What will fit well? Let's talk about stuff that doesn't really fit well. So popular knives such as the Para 3, Spyderco Para 3, that's obviously a big knife, especially because of that spidey hole. There's no way this really fits inside. So a Para 3, even though it's considered a fairly small to medium sized knife, it can't fit into this. The iconic Buck 112, also not considered a huge knife, but that doesn't fit. So you get an idea. How about an Opinel number 8? So that's also a very standard kind of EDC Opinel. Now the number 7 might fit, but as you can see, the number 8, I guess, might fit if I really force it in, but I do not want to expand it too much. I've got another knife here. This is the Civivi Altus, and it's a button lock, but it's got the size of what we consider an EDC knife. The blade is 3 inches, but you can see it's pretty thick over here. But again, just a small, kind of a medium-sized EDC knife, and that too can barely fit, but it will stretch it out a bit. But yes, it can fit. So that's a knife that would work. So a knife of this size would work. The knife that might be popular that fits especially this look might be something like this, an executive looking knife. This is the CRKT CEO, which is a very popular blade, but this one can fit in obviously in terms of the width, but it's a bit long, it sticks out. If you're okay with that, that's fine. If not, the compact version, which is I believe a 2.62 inch blade, would definitely fit much better and fit in. So those are knives which I think may not fit well in terms of size or shape to this compartment. So what knives would fit? Well, definitely a Swiss Army knife, and I would say a 2-layer knife would fit well. This is the compact, and that fits quite snugly. And if you do use it, you might want to put a lanyard just like that so that you can pull it out easily. So anything that's 2-layer or less would definitely fit inside. If you have a very thin knife like an Alox, a Cadet Alox, that might be actually a bit too thin and might slip out. So just take note of that. Maybe you could kind of form fit it over. Let's have a look at a buck knife, but this is the Buck Stockman, the large Stockman, and that actually fits in quite nicely, as you can see. Very firm fit. As you can see, that space pen actually flew out. Now the reason why it came out now is because these two main compartments are filled up. That causes this to flex open and therefore allows it to be looser. So again, if you're going to fill it up like that, you probably definitely want a clip for the pen if you're using this particular pen. Let's look at 3 more knives. Let's look at a popular Ontario Rat 2. This is also a slim knife. As you can see, you would need to lift that clip up a bit or bend it. You can see with my other knives, the clips just kind of ding up the leather, so take note of that. I actually did open up the spring tension of the clips, that the knife that's inside, so that it doesn't, scratch it up too much or rough up. You can see, I'm sure over time this is really going to flare up a bit. So for the Rat 2, it definitely fits inside. I would say if you want to use the clip, just kind of loosen it just a bit, but that's a nice fit as well. The James brand, the Ellis, a very nice slip joint. That definitely would fit very well, nicely inside. That looks actually pretty good. Again, I've got a lanyard just to pull it out easily. And finally, I've got the Real Steel Luna, also a slip joint, quite popular as well. And this too also fits very elegantly inside. So you can see generally blades which are 3 inches or less would definitely fit inside if they have a slimmer and thinner profile. Some knives maybe have small blades or shorter blades like 3 inches, but they're just too big, they can't fit in. So this should give you an idea of just how big the items are that can fit inside here and may help you with your decision. So let's just finally talk about the price. Now this is not a cheap pouch. Now I bought it for about 50 US. The original price was 55 US and I got a coupon, so I got it for about 50 US. But now the listed price has increased to about 61 US dollars. You still could probably get a 10% discount, but the price has gone up. So for about a 55 US dollar item, that is pretty expensive for a leather pouch. Although I would say it's very well made, the quality is good, stitching is good, and if you like this look, then you might think it's a good investment. You could get this in tan or dark brown as well. I chose black simply because I had the Fox EDC one in brown. But you can see in terms of the leather thickness, the stock for this is much thinner. Of course, different sort of leather, different sort of finish, but this cost, I believe, under 30 US dollars, probably 26 US dollars. So half the price of this. But again, yes, it does look different. This is kind of used for a general use. This, if I want to look a bit more classy, fitting a corporate look or going out for dinner, then this fits me. So just consider that when you talk about the price. But in terms of, I guess, the value and the finish, I do believe the finishing and fit and finish is actually not too bad. and you could consider it for that price if this appeals to you. But let me know your thoughts on this particular EDC leather pouch. Do you think there are other ones which are better designed, better quality, or better priced? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.